G'day everybody, my name is Britt Salakas. I'm the HP Education Ambassador and I'm here today to talk to you about everything AI. Now I'm not going to pretend that I'm some sort of expert delving in AI research for about the last 20 years, but I am an educator and I've been using education technology for 20 odd years, and I have been exploring for the last 8-9 months everything AI, and I'm here to talk to you about maybe 10, 11, even 12 incredible AI tips in just a few minutes. So let's get going. I am obviously going to be talking predominantly about generative AI. That's the ChatGPT, the stuff that you can use to make things. This is very different to AGI, artificial general intelligence, where we have like a Terminator Skynet with AI thinking for itself. This is not the type of AI that generative AI is. Generative AI is all about us giving prompts to an AI-based tool and allowing it to make things for us. That is what generative AI is. First couple of things, first point I'm going to make, I'm going to share some really cool policies and some really cool positions that different education institutions have taken for you. So for those of you who are interested in that type of thing, let's check out. Here you've got salakas.me/NZ. This is, thank you, Stuart Wakefield, for sharing the New Zealand's Ministry of Education's position on generative AI. Also, big shout out, big love to Christina Ishmael from the Department of Education for the United States of America. Go to salakas.me/USA. You'll be able to see the United States government or the United States Department of Education's official policy on using artificial intelligence. And then big shout out back home to Danielle Purdy back home in Australia for this learning direction that she has put together using salakas.me/Melbourne. That's obviously not the website that she uses, but there she is from the Melbourne Archdiocese of Catholic Education, Max Catholic Schools. Max have actually got a very unique policy, or not quite a policy yet, but a very unique learning direction on the use of generative AI. So that's my tip number one. Go and check out these things. Now let's keep going. Terms of service is one of the big issues with this. So we could have age restrictions, student privacy and data privacy and policies and stuff of different tools. I'm going to give you two tools that are incredibly good at terms of service, our terms of service savior. The first one is, we're going to talk about Byte and Adobe Firefly. So Byte itself, love this tool. Codebreaker EDU, big love to Brian Aspinall. Codebreaker have actually got the language model same as ChatGPT, but without student logins, which means there's no collection of student data. So we don't have the terms of service for the age restrictions because it's not actually collecting any information. So you can still get the same sort of prompt and response as a ChatGPT, but in a much safer, more secure environment for your students, particularly obviously for your younger students. So go to codebreakeredu.com/chat, play with Byte, and get a whole bunch of really cool prompts there. Also, Adobe Firefly. So Adobe Firefly is in beta mode at the moment, but it's opened up beta mode. It's a little bit like your DALL-E. You can get in there and you can type in different prompts, and it will make images based on that prompt. The really cool thing about this is some of the, I guess, copyright laws about intellectual property on, if I say make me a Monet, does Monet and Monet's family obviously have the intellectual property rights for that style or for that work? Whereas what Adobe has done, because it's an enterprise sort of program, you can just select different things. Like, let me give me in the steampunk movement or cubism or different types of movements rather than individuals' intellectual property. And also, when you generate something, it has a little watermark on it to say this artwork was made with AI. So quite a clever way of doing AI ethically. Well done, Adobe. I've got 3 different video tools now. This is going to be tip 4, 5, and 6. First one, I love it, Synthesia. Synthesia, great for accessibility. If you've got a child who maybe is learning a different language, or you've got a child who new arrival to your country, you've got not a native speaker, you've got a child who maybe has anxiety, need to do a presentation, you can get text, collect the text of an oral presentation or a report or whatever you want them to say. They then select an avatar. You can see here, Anna is the avatar that's pre-selected here in the demo version. And then you actually can have the Anna character speak with her voice. You can even give her different languages, and she'll speak in different languages and translations as well. So very cool from an AI inclusion point. Love this. I may go to salakas.me/deepfake. I've got a little example of what a Synthesia creation looks like for you. So check that one out. This tool I'm going nuts for at the moment. I've actually just bought it's a free tool. You can use it a certain amount of videos per month. I'm actually just upgraded because I'm making too many videos with this. It's getting great fun. Get some text. Put the text in a column on the left-hand side. It will auto-generate either video or still images because it reads the text and tries and prompts what you're talking about, and will actually make then images that match with the text that you've generated, and then have you pick a voice, a language, an accent, and then you'll have a AI character read your script. You'll have video that will track with it, and then you've created a video in a very short period of time. I think one of the reasons why flipped learning was always hard, I think we understand the pedagogical value of flipped learning, but it was hard because to make a 5 or 10 minute video, you had to do heaps of research and back end stuff. You might do an hour's worth of work for 5 or 10 minutes worth of video for your students to watch before the classroom. Now, get your script, make the video all within just a few minutes. Very, very powerful AI tool. Flicky, Flicky.ai. Similar one called Pictory as well, but I'm using Flicky a lot at the moment. DID, great tool, similar to Flicky, but in this case you actually just have an avatar, an individual person. You can just give a still shot of them, like just a still shot, put the text in, and it will animate that image coming alive. So you've got a script, say you've got Cleopatra, you get an image of Cleopatra, give it the text of Cleopatra, put a voice, and then you can have an image of Cleopatra talking to your students. DID, or Diddy, but DID. Very, very cool. All right, so 3D world creation of Blockade Labs. This is tip number 7. Blockade Labs, Skybox. Incredible stuff. This is just out there. This is wild and insanely easy to use. So you just go to Blockade Labs or Skybox Labs, and what you'll be able to do is create your world. Just put in a description of the sort of world that you want to make. Do you want it realistic? Do you want it in abstract? Do you want it in cyberpunk style? Do you want it on however? But you get 400 different characters to actually describe the world that you want to make. Generate it, boom. You get a 360-degree, fully immersive image just within seconds of what you've been able to create. Now, imagine this. You just can click and export that, dub in some audio, and then suddenly you've got actually an immersive world that your student has made with a story that perhaps they've made about an adventure within that world. So completely immersive, and you've lifted the cognitive load of them imagining the world, and now they can visualize it. So you've taken away that cognitive load of them imagining it, and then they can just concentrate on the quality of the story that they want to write for you. Very, very powerful tool. ChatGPT, this is going to be 8, 9, and 10. I'm trying to get you under 10 minutes here, so let's keep going. 3 different ways to use ChatGPT. What about timetables and rosters? Tried this with a principal not so long ago. She had a duty roster. She had lots of teachers. Some teachers can't do duty at different times or different days. So we put in the table that they normally use for their duty roster, all the names of the teachers with the little caveats of who can't work on what day, who can't do what duty. Boom, boom, boom. Done. All balanced. ChatGPT was able to generate a duty roster within about 15 minutes. And we all know in real life experience how many weeks it takes of different iterations of different things. Now, don't forget, career advice. You can ask ChatGPT to take on different personalities. So you can actually prompt it and say, you're going to be my careers advisor. Talk to a student. All right, student, what are your tools that you're interested in? What are the subjects that you're interested in? What are your favorite things to do in your spare time? What do you like? Video games? What you like? Sport? What maths? What's your strengths? What's your weaknesses? What's your interests? Hobbies? All that sort of stuff. and then ask it, what sort of career would be suited to a child like this? And it will prompt you some careers advice. And then you can go, oh, that's a career I haven't heard of. What sort of training or qualifications would I need for that? Bang, it can explain that. What sort of electives should I choose in year 9 and 10 or year 11 and 12 that would best be suited for that type of career? Bang, it can give you that sort of stuff. What universities hold these sorts of things? Boom, and it can give you information on that. So suddenly you can have real-time, speedy advice, personalized career advice for a student. Then, I love this feature, you can just ask ChatGPT to summarize all of the content above into an email so that you can send to that student and CC their parents in, so you've got a record of the conversation and the advice that's been happening. Fantastic tool. Also, I've mentioned, hey, with DID, we might talk to Cleopatra. How about we just have ChatGPT take on the personality of Cleopatra? Then we can actually ask Cleopatra and historical figures, Shakespeare, all that sort of stuff, different sorts of questions. So you can actually ask, hey, Cleopatra, who did you like better, Mark Antony or Julius Caesar? Why did you play the two off against each other? Or Shakespeare in Hamlet, why did such and such a thing happen? And then you can actually have a conversation. So you're doing research and different things there. They're my 10 tools, but I want to go for a few more. How about we learn how to make AI with Intel? There's lots to talk about at the moment, how to use AI. But we know that education is all about helping students have a career moving forward. So how about we help them have a career in AI and learn how to make their own chatbots and make their own AI. Check out AI for Youth, free program, AI for Youth. Either scan it there or just look at AI for Youth. I think you'll be amazed, and maybe you can get your school involved in that for older students. Also, we can use ChatGPT to supercharge your teaching transformation at your school. Go and check out the work that I'm doing at hp.com.au RTC. That's Reinvent the Classroom. That's all the work that I'm doing here with Reinvent the Classroom, using AI to get a snapshot of data about how digital teaching is happening at your school, what we could do to work together to improve that. And then let's make a difference and reinvent the classroom and improve learning for everybody. Thanks so much.